Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a nicer spring than we are. There's still lots of snow out there to be melted. Big piles everywhere. And we're going to get a snowstorm tomorrow. Today is the 30th of March. I'm very late getting a dining room and kitchen video for you, but to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a whole lot of motivation. I don't know why. I just think a lot of us get that way. We may have these bursts of creativeness and then we just don't feel like doing anything for a while. That's the way I've been, so I apologize. I decided not to finish the kitchen because what it meant was a lot of cleaning as usual, and I guess I just don't feel like it. So I apologize, maybe next year, but I find it easy enough to do something in the dining area here, so I hope you'll enjoy seeing some new things that I've found, mostly thrifted. Now and then, yes, I will pay up for something at an antique mall if I love it. I found the most beautiful basket on the table there that I will talk about at the Pink Squirrel. We did go to the March one. I think it was like March 15th. So I found some very nice kitchen and dining room, probably is what I mostly ended up with. I've had this tablecloth for a while and I couldn't wait to show that to you. It's just so unique. I love mixing with the kitchen and living room things. I love to mix different shades of green. The olive, the dark green, and the chartreuse. So I was really surprised. This was probably in the summer months that I found this tablecloth. Just beautiful graphics. Very pretty, springy fruit. So I was really excited to show you that. It is nice that it was square because I could then put it at an angle nicely. So this is something very special. At the Pink Squirrel, there is a very nice gentleman who has a big back corner booth, and he has wonderful vintage things there, and that's where Norm has been picking up toys, mostly from him, like the little tin toys. And I had picked out some things from his booth that you'll see, and I happened to, just before I walked out, I thought, oh, I'm going to check out this bottom shelf. And he saw that I was looking down there, and he was talking to Norm, and he apologized. He said the lighting had gone out on this bottom shelf. But I could see a pretty green basket, and, I was looking for green things. So I reached way down in there and pulled it out, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. It is very, very thin ceramic on the top edges where it's very ruffled. It's in very, very good condition. And I turned it over. I looked at the price tag first, and it said $3.95. And I thought, what? Really? That is gorgeous. Look at all the gold on it. And I turned it over, and I dropped my jaw. Norm was looking at me, but I didn't say anything out loud because they were talking. It is signed, carved into the bottom, Heidi Shoup, $3.95. Oh, oh my goodness. I've never seen this type of thing before by Heidi Shoup. Are you familiar with her gorgeous figurines? Typically, I think of them as being women figurines. I'm sure she's done lots of couples, but she is very famous probably for them. Like I say, didn't ever study anything about her. I've just admired her work. So after I got home and looked it up on the internet, and I did find it, it looked exactly like this, and it said it was rare. They said it was her early work, and they wanted $85 for it. So I think I got a real deal, right? Just gorgeous. And really dark green on the bottom. I don't know if the film here is doing it justice. That's H-E-D-I. So it's not H-E-I-D-I, it's just H-E-D-I. If I'm wrong, I will let you know, but S-C-H-O-O-P. Yep. Really amazing. I'm going to be putting other things on the table here too, to show you some things that I've thrifted this past year. I'm pretty excited about that beautiful basket. It makes a wonderful centerpiece. So for the dining room wall, I thought it would be fun to just put out on those little vintage shelves some little salt and peppers, whether they be a pair or odd ones. I still like finding them. So let's go look at some of them. I counted like 21 new things over there that I have not shown you yet. So I hope you will find that new and different from last year. On the bottom of the hutch here, I believe that I have shown these mugs before. I found those milk glass mugs quite a few years ago, and they were marked down. I can't remember if they were originally $3 each, and then there was a sale. So I was thrilled to buy all of them. They do have the mushrooms on them, but you've probably seen them if you're into collecting retro mugs. I think they're really fun for this time of year. A new set of tiny little sweet creamers and sugars has been added. I had a pair already, and I was storing them up above and back with other little sweet sets on both sides. And I couldn't resist because it was so inexpensive for that set. I thought, oh my goodness, I would love to just have that too for such a crazy price. I just am not very good at going back and looking at receipts from some of the antique malls. They often will take tags off, as I've mentioned before. And even some of them don't really describe the item very well. So then I'm confused even when I get home. I've got to get in the habit of taking some pictures in the mall, but you know, you just tend to walk up to the cashier, or a lot of times they walk up to you and they say, can I take that up front for you? So your hands are free to pick up more things, right? I found the grape cluster and that pear quite a while ago, and I think this little pair was added maybe earlier this year yet. And I just a couple days ago, because I knew I had the green ones, I was excited to find an orange for $5 and the lemon for $5. I think they're really pretty. I've always liked them. I guess you know how much I like glass, art glass and pressed glass and tumblers, and I guess what must attract me is the really pretty bright colors and the shine. I must be attracted to the shine. So those are pretty new up there. I have never had a little cluster of glass fruit together like that to show you. I do have some glass pumpkins that I really enjoy putting out in the fall, but I've never really had fruit. The little frogs were very fun to find. Very early last year, I went into a thrift store with Norm called Unique Thrift, I think. It's in New Hope, Minnesota. We rarely ever get there. Their prices are higher than places like Bibles for Missions or Family Pathways, so that's probably one of the reasons they're much closer to us, but I don't know. That's just sometimes certain places you just don't end up going to for some reason. You don't find things, or you find their prices are just higher than what you want to pay. But these were in a bag of a bunch of little things hanging on a wall. And I rarely go over and look at those bags. I don't know what made me go that day, but I did. Guess I wasn't finding anything else. So I think it may have been like $6 for the bag. And like I said, there were a bunch of other little things in there too. But I knew, I could see through the bag that these were Old Frog Japan salt and peppers. So I knew I would have a lot of fun showing them. That is a little single salt or pepper that I showed maybe for a couple years now. Didn't have a mate to it, but I think it's adorable to add to things like the frogs. I have shared these in previous spring videos, but I do enjoy taking these items out for spring. Norm said he's kind of gotten a kick out of looking at the things on this wall. The salt and peppers on the sides of this little old planter, duck and bunny planter, they are a new find. I think it was like $6 for the set. I found several salt and pepper sets this year in Rogers, Minnesota at Antiques 101. And the 101 is actually, I think it had something to do with, because they were near Highway 101. I think, I'm not positive. But I love these little fruit towers, if that's what you want to call it. And this one still has a label on it, so that is by Anarco, Japan. And this color combination is called Green Mist. So I like those, and I've been looking this past year for green salt and pepper sets, and I've found some fun ones. And I have shared these three crazy characters before. The cow planter is very funny, chartreuse green, and the little turtle with a red necktie on. I thrifted a whole bunch of apples and pears. I don't have the pears out right now. They're a little darker green, a bag full of pears that I found. But I love finding this kind of thing at Bibles for Missions or Family Pathways. I just think it's such fun to put fruit out. And I just found at an antique mall in Anoka, Minnesota, 3 clusters of old grapes that are small grapes. They're not really big ones. The ones that were in the basket on the table were bigger. These are much daintier grapes, and they're clear. I should say translucent. I don't know if you call that clear or not. Anyways, I bought 3 because they were all vintage. One is in red and one is in bright orange and this rich olive green. I was thrilled. I think they might have been like $4.99 each, but you don't see them very often, so that's why I decided to get those. This is a crazy Western theme shelf. I laughed so much when I found these adorable cactus salt and peppers. Aren't they funny? I cannot believe how they look like they have a hand up on their face, but their eyelashes and everything. I just thought they were so cute. So when I ran across the saguaros at Antiques 101 in Rogers this past summer, I had to get the saguaros. The one in the back is taller, and you've probably seen this very heavy ceramic piece. You would not believe how heavy that guy is. I think he's solid ceramic. I've had him in my mod-looking horse collection in the living room and even in the front entrance at times. I've moved that horse collection around. They're small horses, but they're all beautiful in yellows and greens and cream, white, black, orange, all different colors, but they have gold on them. Lots of gold. So this guy's just really crazy. So that, I thought he would be fun to add to those salt and peppers. Aren't they nuts? I'm not sure if I showed you this little donkey cart planter yet. I do have some. I've been kind of picking up a cute donkey here and there. I don't intend to start a big collection of them. I just, if it's really, really reasonable and it's really cute and I think it would fit in, I might get it. So he's the smallest one I think I've found yet. And down here is one of the bigger ones. I did show you this beautiful donkey on top of the refrigerator. I don't know if it was last spring for sure or the one before. I kind of think it was last spring. Sometimes I try to go back and review my videos to see what I showed you. And I'm not sure who made this. It could be McCoy. He's got fruit falling out of a basket probably. And I thought that I believe that's an aloe plant. Artificial, of course. I wouldn't be very good at growing it. And I did share this little pig with you. He looks Irish to me. I guess it's the little hat. And he's got a little jacket on, but he's, I guess, for hors d'oeuvres. I had him on the kitchen counter last time I showed it to you. I found it in Hudson, Wisconsin at Nostalgia, where we just did a video tour. But that was a year ago. Found him. At least, I'd say more than a year, probably. So that's one of my big donkeys. If you'll recall, in the living room, I did show you a large chartreuse donkey that was actually pulling a cart. This guy's pretty cool though. I really like him. So up here are two new very fun ceramic pieces. I do not think that I have shown you this adorable snail. He's pretty good size for a snail. Yeah, he's really cute. I'm not crazy about real snails. I think they're kind of creepy. I like their shells, but what's inside of them is kind of ooh. And this was from the same gentleman that had the beautiful Heidi Shoop basket. I think this was like $6.95. I honestly don't remember, and I looked on the receipt. I couldn't make out anything that matched. There was a category that a $6.95 item was put in that was called garden type things, but it's a bank. And I'll show you what the bottom of the bank says. This is an old bank. So to me, $6.95 was a steal. This is just beautiful. So I hope you are finding these two little critters very fun to see. I just love them and love my frogs. Now this was a beautiful little bottle. I can't remember how much it was, but I know it was a good deal. Very small, very sweet. So I just decided to put that up there. That is all I have for over here. Let's go back to sit down at the table because I want to show you some more things that I found recently that I would have been probably putting on the kitchen counter to show you some serving pieces or things that I would have had on the kitchen shelving possibly. But since I'm not going to do the whole kitchen, I'll just share these fun things with you too. First of all, this was the casserole, California, it says on the bottom. And it was at the Nostalgia Antique Shop that we just posted the video on. I hope you've had a chance to see that. It is so pretty in yellow and green. Very artsy pottery. And it did come in this stand. I believe it's the correct stand for it. The stand could use, I think, a nice coat of metallic gold or brass. I would use brass. Yeah. It's hard to clean them. A lot of times I've found they have a lacquer coating on them that's very hard to get off and get down to the brass. If it is brass, I don't know. It's possible that that's what that is, but for $22, I thought that was very fun. And it would make a nice centerpiece, but when it gets warmer out and Norm feels better, he'll probably be putzing out in the garage as usual. In the spring, he's always out there house cleaning, spring cleaning, so he'll probably spray some things for me again. He does a good job. So I was kind of tickled to have that. I just really love and admire California pottery casserole dishes. I think they're pretty cool. Here is another fun glass piece that I believe when I looked it up, it said it was Anchor Hocking. The glass liner comes out, so it's a nice size bowl for serving whatever you'd like. The metal is very pretty, and I would also have Norm spray paint that. It still has the original clear plastic feet on them that is over the metal. And I cleaned it as best as I could, but when I looked at the ones on the internet, this was like about $3. And the ones on the internet were way more rusted metal than this one. And they wanted like an average of $20 to $24 for it. I can't remember if they said it was 70s, but I thought that was fun. You know, I like those metal holders, and I like the fact that it was green glass. You could use that at Christmas time. And I also found this item. This was just a few dollars also. A 4-H clover for the 4-H club. I've always heard of that in regards to our state fair. Yeah, I admire what they do for young children in the agricultural business, I assume. I don't know if it's beyond that. So that is the design on the top, and I will have to touch up the black, but it was only a few dollars. In excellent condition. That is ceramic. Is that what you call it? Ceramic tile. Yep. That was kind of fun to find. This I thought was just adorable. I have a hard time resisting green glass. I don't know why. But I like the smaller pieces too. And as you can see, this is not that big. I can put my hand there to show you the size of it. I hadn't looked it up. I probably found it at an antique mall around here. I don't recall. I'm sorry, I just can't remember all these places we go to, and I just don't have a great desire to log all of this stuff. When it comes time, if I want to sell something, I'm sure you would do the same. You would just look up its current value and find out as much as you could about it. So I didn't look this up until just now. I thought, well, I'm showing you this adorable little diamond patterned little vase, or the person that I found had one listed on eBay. They also called it a cruet, which I don't know why they would say that, but to me it looks just like a bud vase. You won't believe, of course they said it was vintage. They didn't say anything about when they thought it was made or who made it. But they were saying USA made. Evidently there was a sticker on it from some company, but not the glass manufacturer. And they're asking $275 for it. Norm, every once in a while I show Norm something that I brought home, and I'll show him what they're asking for on the internet, and he goes, sell it, sell it. No, I just want to enjoy it for a while. And I'm not saying that's what it's worth. I'm just telling you that I think I do find some real nice pieces really cheap. I'm pretty sure this was in a, like I say, just an antique shop around here somewhere. I would never spend $20 on a little piece like this, if that tells you anything. If it was $6, I'd probably pick it up. That's just about the average of what I think. And there's another piece I'm going to show you here too that I think I paid like $6 for it. Now this was in Anoka, Minnesota at Amore Antiques. and it was either 6 or 9, $8.95 or something. I honestly don't recall for sure, but I thought it was just gorgeous. I had no idea what it was, but I thought it was so unique. It's small, smaller than that bud vase, and it took quite a while to find it. A week ago or so, I finally found it. It was exact, and it had chips on it, top and bottom, the one they were selling. They were asking a lot for it. I hope I can find what I emailed to myself, because I just tried to pull it up again now, and I didn't see it, so I kind of gave up. But they were saying it was antique, 1800s, and they were calling it a toothbrush holder. Isn't that something? Just so pretty. I had to redo this because I realized when I was looking at some of the other sales online that there is a bow on one side. I had it facing backwards. I thought that was really cute to see the bow. And it was just crazy. I was showing it to Norm after filming it for you, and he saw the toothbrushes on the side, on 3 sides. I did not notice them as toothbrushes. That is so funny. They just look like legs to me. And I suppose it was because they were slightly curled out. But yeah, see the handle. That's a pretty fancy toothbrush. But yeah, he was laughing at that I never noticed the toothbrushes after all this time of looking at it and filming it. And also the ones on the internet, some of them had gold on them. And this one, I can't see any gold residue, so I don't know how it could wear off completely. I just think it's possible that some of these did not have gold on them. But that's pretty funny. It's much cuter this way. I thought this was really fun. Rooster. It has a little crown that I don't know if there was supposed to be more paint on it. I could add more. It doesn't really matter to me, actually. I liked it more for the green. The lid is on with a cork rim, so it's a pretty snug fit. I don't think I showed it to you last year. I apologize if I already did, but I think I got it after my spring video. Do you know what this would be for? There's no holes. You know, it's just a solid lid. So I just thought the design was really cool. It's a conversation piece, at least for you and I. It's pretty cute. I think I was eyeing these huge 7-inch tall salt and pepper shakers somewhere at a mall, and I didn't break down to get them until this past month. I look at things and I think, yeah, they're really, really cool and I really like them, but I already bought this and that, so I guess I'll just leave those behind. Do you ever do that where you come back and they're still there and you get them a year later? That's what I do often. But I've really admired these, and I just don't recall either where I just got these. And I don't think it was at the Pink Squirrel sale. Nah, I think it was at a nice antique mall. Probably like in Rogers, Minnesota, the Main Street one. It's very possible. But They're saying they are 1960s on the internet. They're asking $36 for the pair. I did not pay $36. No way. Very, very nice. Made in Japan, but they're not saying a maker. And there's no other tags or anything on these. So I don't know who made them, but they're very cool. With the flowers are very raised. Quite a textured piece. I love the greens. Really neat. This is the last item that I'd like to share with you today in the dining room here. I will show you some decorating upstairs too, on the upstairs hallway. But I thrifted this at the Goodwill recently. I'm not sure if it was $9.99 or less. It is a Japan teapot. I thought it was really sweet and very March looking to me. So I hope you think that was a fun piece. I have a little Japan set that is more mod. No fruit on it, just a neat pattern. It's on the shelving over there. I did show it in one of my spring dining room videos, sitting on top of the hutch with a creamer and a sugar, but it's a lot more mod. This is quite different, but pretty fun that it's got the flowers on the bottom. Yeah, I thought you would enjoy seeing more old ceramics like this. So thank you for looking at all of these items. I hope you think I got some deals and steals and some cute things. Hi friends, I am excited to open up some friend mail from a really great guy that I met through YouTube. We started talking about how much we loved retro collectibles and furniture and all the same type of things. So we've had a lot of fun talking for 3 years now, and he was very sweet to send me something for my birthday. So I had waited a little bit here to open it because Norm, just getting back from the hospital, how many days ago? It was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, so he's only been back 4 days. His voice was really ruined at the hospital. He's very hoarse. So I don't know if he wants to comment at all or not, but he might not. But anyways, I'm very, very excited, Trent, to open your package. His name is Trenton, and he is from Omaha, Nebraska. And he finds the best stuff down there. He does travel around a lot of different states down there, but boy, does he find deals. So this is going to be really exciting. I don't want to wreck anything. There we go. Nice packing. I can always use more bubble wrap. Thank you for that. He really knows what I like, just like Norm. Norm gave me some nice sharp tools here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Great packaging. Double boxed. Wow. I've been waiting for this for a week. Here we go. Oh, I bet I know what that is. A trivet. I love these trivets. I got quite a collection now. I haven't shown the whole collection. No way! No way! Oh my gosh! I have seen these. Let me put this down here. I have seen these with a lot of different names on them, not very often, and they're not even this big. This is absolutely adorable. Oh man, that must have really made you laugh, Trent, when you saw that in the antique mall. It is just adorable. Thank you, thank you. How nice. Look at what a pretty, pretty shape, and the handle is really great. It's veggies and your cutting board, and it looks like a salt or pepper shaker. I never ever thought I would run across my name when I've seen, I can't even think of some of the other names that I've seen. And people do show them on, like Instagram and that. They'll show these that they've found them. Maybe Carol. I think I found one time. Yes, it was Carol, because we know a Carol. I'm looking at Norm, his reaction. He's trying to be quiet. Save on his voice. It's really scratchy. But that's amazing. That is just amazing. I really have had a lot of fun finding trivets for all the different seasons. Well, thank you, Trent, so much. You're very thoughtful. That was perfect. I never, ever, ever would have guessed.
That's really incredible.
Yeah, it's just sweet. Unreal.
Wow, that's very nice.
I can't thank you enough. I just wanted Norm to feel up to, being here and enjoying the surprise too. He's been feeling pretty tired and resting a lot. He's still got quite a ways to go. So thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. That was so thoughtful. Thank you, Trent. I will enjoy that always. Just wonderful.